Yo, what is up, guys? Shinobi here, back again with another video for you guys. And today we're back again with some more Nikke. Slowly but surely getting back into the game here, slowly but surely. But we got a new update and a new character that is out as of right now. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna try and summon for him. I'm gonna be real. I really hope we get him on the first summon. Otherwise, I'm probably just gonna pity him and call it a day. Cause as of right now, I think I can pity up to like 2 of these characters. So hopefully we just get it on the first try, because we obviously got the collab and whatnot coming up soon. But make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. I try to diversify the content a little bit here, getting back into Nikke slightly, though, to be honest. It's mostly for anniversary stuff and also the story that I care about. But outside of that, if anything interesting does pop up, you will see more of this game pop up as well, as Epic 7 and a couple others. Honestly, with Epic 7, I'm just waiting for that season to start so I can do my road to Masters. Getting my teams and everything ready for that. But, yeah, let's go ahead and get it. First summon, because we already got Little Mermaid. So, unless I decide to RGB both of these two, we're good. So, without further ado, let's see it. First try. Let's just get it over with, bro. Little Mermaid basically got me dry out here, bro, because went so deep. Yeah, they're not gonna make it that easy unless we get a fake out. Nah. And then this, it's like, what is it? We ain't even gonna get that until. Alright. Man, we're gonna be. You know what? It doesn't. I guess it doesn't matter, because since I got all this pity, if the collab does come around, I'll be able to get, whoever's going to be on the Stellar Blade collab, but still. Damn, they really shafted me out here. Do I just go for it and just get her? I think I do, honestly. We're down to 9K. Honestly, I think we just go for it. Not gonna lie. Yeah. We're just gonna get the 1 copy. We're just gonna get the 1 copy. Normally, I would save these copies for like pilgrims and whatnot like that, but in this case, we need to save as much as we can for collabs and whatnot, because that's where the like 9 times out of 10, outside of maybe this one time, I would say the majority of the strong characters are the pilgrims, but there are some also really strong ones who are pilgrims. But especially when it comes to anniversary units, they usually be out here with the anniversary units going crazy. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go and power her up as much as I can, and then afterwards, you know the drill. Let's test her out in Union Arena and see what we can get going. Alright, and we are back. We're going to be testing her out, as you guys could probably see here, in the shooting range, as we normally do whenever we test a new character. And as you can see, 5x5, no overload gear, but we do have her skills maxed out here, as it is a demo version. So, main portion of this character, or the main thing about this character, is that she wants to go second as far as her burst. Based on what I've seen so far from other people testing and whatnot, from what I've heard, this character wants to go second on the burst. So what you'll do is you'll have burst 1 go through 3, and you'll have somebody else do it, and then you'll have her go. Now let's go over her skills real quick. So first skill, activates when entering battle, affects self, which is a lot of these because she's a main DPS. Charges 10 restraint chains up to 10. And going down here, it says that she deals 50% of final attack as damage and attacks according to the number of restraint chains, 1 for each attack. So should do 10 times 50, and that's how much you're going to be getting once you max out. And then affects the same enemy units. Ensnaring chains deals 25% as final attack. Sustained damage every 1 second continuously, stacks up to 20 times. Second skill is going to be after landing 40 normal attacks, which is why you want to have a bunch of machine gun users. And this is during full burst. Affects the target if the target is ensnaring chain status. Stat count of ensnaring chains goes up 1, so this helps with that. So these kind of go together as you would think. Moving on down here, it activates when self is incapacitated. Affects the targets and the ensnaring chain status. Stat count of ensnaring chain goes up to 20. And then after that, activates when the enemy is neutralized. Affects self if target is ensnaring chain status. Ensnaring chain goes up to 1, up to 10. So there's like these just goes kind of are stacking on top of each other if you really want to go there, like just to make it less complicated. And her burst skill, which is the main thing that you want to look at here, affects targets during the ensnaring chain status. Dragon chain deals 50% as final attack, and then it's sustained damage, which is pretty good, and then it mirrors the stat count of ensnaring chains on certain targets for 10 seconds, and then removes the ensnaring chain status after the effect is triggered. So that's why, once again, you want her to go second, because you want to get all these chains and stuff on the opponents first, and then afterwards go crazy. And this is kind of the team I'm running because I have a bunch of machine gun users, and hilariously enough, this character works really well because you want to have a bunch of machine gun users or Gatling gun users for that matter. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. Currently right now I have mine at 775 because I still need to power up some other things, but even then I feel like this character could be really strong. Not as strong as everybody was talking about, but definitely a pretty strong character nonetheless. Alright, let's get it though. Alright, so once again, as far as the bursts go, we want to use her second, so we're going to do this. So, 1. And then crowns. So glad I got her maxed out. And then Rappy. We're going to do Rappy's first. So we want to do this first. Alright, and we did get that off. Not too shabby. Now moving on to the next one. And now we use hers. And Jesus Christ, she looks freaking amazing. Alright, now we should see some big damage going on here. Alright, and let's look at the damage. So, my Rappy Red Hood did 18k. And this is with overload gear. And Unbinding Chain Mithra, she did 9 mil off of that burst. Once again, Rappy has overload gear on. Same with Little Mermaid, so you also gotta keep that in mind. But even still, not too bad off the first burst. Also, how many chains do we have on? Oh, none. Never mind. Let's see. Okay, so let's do one more and see where we're at. Keep in mind, this is I don't think this is full spec, right? This isn't with dupes. This is only one. I might be wrong. I'm pretty sure that they don't use the demos with that. Alright. And then second one right here. And keep in mind the buffs that we have on Mithra right now. So Royal Attire, Siren Song, Last Kingdom, Tighten Up, which is sustain, her buff, sustain damage, Bubble Order, one for all and one for all. A lot of buffs here. Alright, and that's going to put us at 27 mil and 41 mil for Rappy. And 22 mil for Little Mermaid. Not too shabby. For what we got, that's not too bad. She, once again, not as broken as people were saying, but not garbage either. She's still pretty good DPS. Let me see. Oh, never mind. This is... Okay, well, either way, this is without overload gear, no how. So, maxed out, no overload gear. That's not too bad. Not too bad. And I bet I could probably find some other combos to work with this as well. It's like some fire buffer characters and whatnot, so... Not the worst. And if you really want to add more buffs onto this, you could go only use her. You could just use one and then have 2 3s and a 2. You could do something like that. But other than that, we're gonna go ahead and actually test out mine, which has 775 at the moment, and we're gonna go and mess around with some content just to see what kind of damage we're doing and how well she does. Just in casual content, which is what I basically am doing here. So go here. We'll take out. Let's see, we're running 3 here, so let's honestly take out let's take out Scarlet Black Shadow for this one. And then put in you, just so we can test you out. This is what I have around, 1 overload gear, so it's a little bit different from the one that we just used. So we have increased hit rate and increased attack, at least for now. If I really wanted to mess around with this, then we could go higher, but for the time being, this is kind of what we're working with. 775 is what we have, at least for the time being. And yeah, I mean, without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into this. Let's get it. I will say that, another fire DPS was definitely a W in my opinion. I'll gladly take it. Gladly take it. Alright. Here we go. Ooh. Alright, so we want to use Cinderella's first. And then after that, we can go ahead and use Rappies. And then after that, so on and so forth. We're just going to do this. And then do this. Hell, we might kill him before then. We might kill him before he even gets to that point. Just do this. Not too bad. Hell, he might not even get to his second state. Nah, he barely does. It doesn't matter too much, though. He's pretty much dead here. He's pretty much dead here, so it didn't matter. We could have just ended it there, but whatever. We still get the W regardless. Alright, what damage are we looking at as far as what mine was on? So Mithra hit 13. Little Mermaid hit 10. Obviously, Cinderella completely maxed out with everything, 29. Not too bad. Not too shabby. And then we're going to obviously test her out in a simulation, because why not? Get these. Obviously, the character is going to be different with dupes and whatnot. But not everybody's going to be going for dupes, especially those who are trying to save for collabs like myself. So, I mean, other than that, so far so good. This is without me maxing her out, so, With overload gear, I bet she's even more crazy. Let's do this quick simulation real quick. And then this. And then same thing, we're just going to remove Black Shadow Scarlet here, and then we're going to see what we got going. Put you here. And let's see how it does. Let's see how we do. Having Little Mermaid with a bunch of machine gun users and Gatling guns is just crazy though, because she just gets so much buffs with all the machine guns and how much bullets you're using. All right. So far so good. We're shredding them. Ah, damn! I meant to use you second. Oh well. I mean, whatever, it works, I guess. I mean, look at this. They just shredded them. And we're underpowered here, too. And that's GG's. Not too shabby. Not too shabby, if I do say so myself. Let's see, 11 mil, 7 mil, 6 mil, 5 mil. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That is pretty much it as far as the showcase. Pretty decent character. I would definitely say that if you have enough to get her, go ahead and do so. At least one copy at best, but make sure obviously to say, because we already know that the collab is coming. But I would say definitely, especially if you're a newer player, she's worth getting. I would say that much. But without further ado, Shinobi signing off. I'll see you guys in the next video. You know, once again, it's been a while since I've done Nikke content, but it's also fun to do whenever they do come out with something new. So, hey, we all here for it. But without further ado, Shinobi signing off. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.